Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where our borders are pretty much defined at this point, and we're nearly exiting land grab mode. I say nearly, because there's still a chance that we could break out over here. We'll find out if that's true or not. It may or may not be a thing. This will be very interesting to find out for sure. It all depends on the Teaseru. What do they decide to do? We just found the Juven sovereign planet states, or rather, they found us. They're a moral democracy. Okay, cool. We do have all of our defensive platforms that are constructing. That's great. And are we going to need any more over here? I mean, we know we're going to need one at least in Zanbor to prevent access over this way. So that'll be fine. We'll get that started. We are up to 8 out of 7 starbase capacity, so that'll probably be our last one for now. But we're very likely, I think, to build one in Birkenmar and then maybe just further down this way. Now, we need to finish surveying this system, and we're working on it. But it's gonna take some time. How much time? Perhaps too much time. We're gonna leave that be for now for sure. That actually wasn't here, but that's okay. A small and otherwise insignificant moon orbiting this gas giant appears to be on a trajectory that will soon result in a collision with its primary, and that's great. It can do that.
We grow ever stronger.
Indeed we do. We're going to build our mining and research stations over here, and then we're going to head over to Crash from there. We're not going to queue up the outpost just yet. I think that's it. I think it's over. They're heading to Birkenmar. I guarantee it. Wait. They're taking these energy credits. Okay. We've got time, but not a lot of it. We really need this science chip to finish. Oh, and it's going to have to cross the whole system at the end here. Yikes. This is not the most efficient path. I probably should have manually done that. At this point, it's too late. Far too late. There is clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit of Fautera 1 at some point in the last 5,000 years. The surface on one side of the planet is pockmarked with craters from stray weapons blasts, and scans from the Damp Night's beacon have picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in very poor condition, the fact that anything remains at all after the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. Science Officer Bodesican is preparing for an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies. Okay, so we can mount a graveyard expedition, and this is probably something that we should just go ahead and do. There we go. Fantastic. They're still chilling in Doria.
What have we here?
The sensor profile of a mid-sized vessel was briefly detected inside the upper atmosphere of this gas giant. That's nice, but not relevant right now. Okay.
A system has
The penultimate
been charted.
location being surveyed here.
Intellectual.
The Rigel system has been fully surveyed. That's neat. Engineering research from researchers will grab gas extraction wells for right now. And this construction ship is, of course, chillin'. This guy, he needs some orders. And his orders are honestly to just automatically survey at this point. Or... yeah, that's fine. Automatically survey. I was thinking about having it clean up some of these anomalies, but we've got one working on that already, and for now, I think that's good enough.
Intellectual booty.
Terraforming! Excellent. So we can get these tile blockers cleared. We can also get habitability boons. Honestly, I don't feel like that is useful, because we already have the +10 habitability for ocean worlds, so I think that's completely fine. We don't really need this. I think it caps at 100%, so this is unlikely to be too useful for us. We're going to unlock clearing tile blockers. That will be a handy thing. And we're going to immediately begin work on some terraforming if we can. Is this world terraformable at this point? Yes, it is. Do it. We're going to spend a lot of energy credits on terraforming. We're going to terraform this as well to an ocean world. Excellent. These projects are going to be long-term, but very worthwhile. Do we have any other worlds currently within our borders other than these over here? I mean, I think these are going to cost like 5k to terraform. Yeah, we don't have the energy credits for those. Although, we are capped on minerals and consumer goods right now. We could just dump like the larger section to get energy credits back again and start working on terraformation over this way. I like it. So we can get a couple more terraforms over here. Sounds good to me. We're going to get a lot of terraforming done. We get this one? We didn't. Do it. Okay. Sounds great. This is going to give us a large power spike. This construction ship has left. That's fantastic. We're going to build our starbase here in Dristmak, and then we're going to head up over this way and survey. So we're going to immediately after Dristmak head over to Birkenmar. We're not going to construct these stations just yet. This is a very high priority that we take Birkenmar. Zanbor, we're going to go ahead and give a gun battery and missile battery and target uplink computer. We have a new situation log, rather a new energy infrastructure. Gross. That's not going to be a thing that we're going to do. The team under Science Officer Bodasakin has finished their expedition on Fautera 1 and returned to the Damp Knight's beacon. Thankfully, the starship graveyard on the surface proved to be a technological treasure trove. Studying the remains of these vessels has advanced our research in certain fields by several years, and there are yet things to discover. A permanent science outpost in orbit would be a great boon to our starship engineering efforts. Fantastic! That is really solid. Sounds good to me. So the terraforming will continue for a while. We actually are going down, or almost going down in energy credits because of our starbase cap. Fair enough. Yeah, that's a thing that we definitely want to increase. But we'll get that just from having more owned systems, so that'll be fine.
We grow ever stronger.
Okay. I think that's it. We got Birkenmar. That's a huge deal. Absolutely huge.
Stronger.
We don't know what's going on over here
We grow ever stronger.
at all.
We grow
Apparently this is the
ever
Grunir
stronger.
ruins. I don't think that's true,
Grow
but okay.
ever stronger.
Yeah, you can see our energy credits are beginning to dip. This is unsurprising. This rural world here, we're actually going to put in a generator district on it.
Grow ever stronger.
That'll be fine.
We grow
And
ever stronger.
we're going to definitely be spending a lot of energy credits on terraforming. There's no doubt about that. Tadalska Prime, we should probably clear off some of these tile blockers.
We grow ever stronger.
We can clear off 2 of them. We can't get the other 3 just yet. That's okay. We are negative in our energy credits right now, and we will need to do something about that. That will probably change as we get all of these systems settled, and as we get these terraformers complete, but that'll be a while yet. A massive crater on Saulia 6A appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that a ship exiting a hyperlane at maximum velocity rammed the moon for reasons unknown, roughly 10,000 years ago. The Damp Knight's beacon has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed hyperparticulate field, but as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory cannot be verified. Okay, we get some physics research out of that. Excellent. Sounds great. We definitely do want to get our starbase count, or rather our starbase cap up, although it did increase just now, so that's fantastic. We're super, super happy about that. Now we want to move up this direction,
We grow ever stronger.
so we're going to go to Trabano. And we're just pushing this way as rapidly as possible right now. We are still in land grab mode over this way. Everywhere else, we're not. We have defined borders, so that's fine. This toxic and lifeless world appears to have once been inhabited by a moderately advanced pre-space civilization. The ruins of their city are still strewn across the surface. This is an Imdar, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and research that. At this point, we can start switching over to researching anomalies as we discover them, which will be good. On Hearthsea, we require jobs, and that's also going to be a generator district. I mean, we might actually fulfill this energy infrastructure here. Actually, we will. It's only 2 additional generator districts. Sounds good. So that will be just fine. Our survey of Imdar 4A has revealed that it used to be a pristine continental moon, with a mild climate as little as 1,000 years ago. In stark contrast, the atmosphere today is extremely toxic, the surface highly irradiated, and the world has long since lost the ability to support life. We've detected signs that the moon was the scene of an incredibly destructive thermonuclear war waged between factions of a relatively advanced indigenous pre-space civilization. What a waste. Okay, but at least we get some science out of it. Fantastic. So we're positive in energy credits again. And we're positive in minerals and consumer goods. So we'll be completely fine. Ooh. Detailed analysis of the enormous metallic crystals dominating Haldis III's landscape have defied all expectations. Science Officer Bodasakin is excited to reveal that these oversized crystals are in fact composed of trillions upon trillions of deactivated nanites. Their molecular structure matches no known empire's nanotechnology signatures, making their point of origin indeterminable. They may have been deposited on the planet by some unknown spacefarers for an unknown purpose. As far as Bodasakin can tell, the nanites themselves compiled into perfectly oriented crystalline lattices and replicated until a point at which they became deactivated. While the crystals they created do in fact resemble buildings, they are entirely uniform in composition and cannot possibly have served any such purpose. Disconcerting indeed. Well, that's not creepy at all. Okay. Sounds good. So we're going to move our way up to join them. We also want to survey up here and see what we can get going up over this way. The Elemenid Obliterators, huh? Okay. They're fanatical purifiers. What could possibly go wrong? Definitely getting a little crowded here, but we have a solid chunk carved out. I'm very pleased about that. And we're still working on getting ourselves more. So we know that we can't go up this way, so Hotram is going to end up being our border area here. We're going to move up to join them. We are still surveying this, but we'll be done with that fairly soon. We're going to take join them as soon as we can. We're doing reasonably fine on energy credits at this time, and we haven't even finished our second generator district yet, so that's okay. And we're going to need to continue to terraform more locations. We would like to extend our deal, and we will actually have to sell off some minerals or consumer goods to make that happen. There we go. We would like to extend our deal, and we have enough to get this world terraforming. Do it. It's a size 24. I like it.
A system has been
So that is fantastic. That was not Join'em that was finished charting. This science ship should definitely get some additional anomalies queued up. So it can do something kind of like that. Actually, it should come here first. A level 10 anomaly? Okay, that's going to take a while. No doubt about that one. That's going to take a long, long time. That's okay. You know, there's debris over here. We should research those first. I don't know how long that's going to last. Maybe we get there in time? Maybe. We'll see. A galactic community, huh? As more and more spacefaring civilizations establish formal relations with one another, the galaxy is becoming a vibrant and lively place. To avoid tragic misunderstandings between nations, an increasing number of diplomats have called for the establishment of a new pan-galactic organization, a community, if you will, where the empires of the galaxy can meet to discuss important matters. Should the Democratic Association of the Majority of the Pictlings pledge its support for the creation of the galactic community? We're xenophobic. No, we have no time for this nonsense. Excellent. So that'll be just fine. We do have terraforming well underway on quite a number of worlds, and we've got a lot of time ahead of us before we're really ready to look at the rest of the universe at large. So that'll be fine. Physics research from researchers, finishing up, always good. Energy credits from technicians wouldn't be terrible, since we are having a few energy issues right now, so that would be absolutely fine. This construction ship isn't constructionating, and let's go ahead and get it constructionating. We've got plenty of influence for right now. And we're going to be done surveying Joinham now. Let's go ahead. No, we're not done, actually. Oh, was that a moon? Yeah, that's a moon. Okay, that makes sense. So now we're going to be done. There we go. And we'll go ahead and build the starbase in Joinham. We've also gotten the ability to clear those tile blockers. That's fantastic. Starbase cap. That would actually be good for us right now. Naval cap would be good too. But starbase cap is really what we're looking for right now. This science chip. Ah. Scientist died. Okay, so none of these are really important. And we don't have enough energy. Okay, we're just going to sell off a little bit of food at this point. Not even all that much. Just a little bit of food. And we'll go up there and survey.
We grow ever stronger.
Excellent. We've encountered another abandoned gateway, this time near Dubious Abyss. It appears to have been built entirely by microscopic nanites of an unknown design. Unlike the previous structure, this gateway has been significantly altered since its initial construction. Its connection to the rest of the network has been severed. Instead, the only valid destination is an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy that has been designated the L Cluster by our astronomers. Although the gateway emits a faint power signature, it has been deliberately locked into some kind of maintenance loop that prevents its activation. Until we find some way of aborting this process, the L Cluster will remain beyond our reach. Okay, so the L Cluster exists, we don't know where, but it usually does exist. That's a normal thing. The Luminary of Creation has finished constructing in Crash, and we will just go ahead and continue to construct. Excellent. We do have more worlds to terraform up over here. We'll get to those. Okay, we've grabbed Joinham. At this point, we're going to build our research stations since we are waiting on surveying over here. And this would end up being our border system, which is fine. So Birkenmar would also be a border system. We would really like to take Doria. That would be ideal. But for right now, that's not really an option. And once we're done surveying over here, we know that this is a dead end. We know we can't go up this way, so we have to go down there. That's the only land grab direction to go remaining. And that's fine. We're actually super pleased about that. These guys are going to be arriving over here shortly. Looks like they do arrive with enough time, so that's great. And we're continuing to learn more about this region. And eventually, we'll get this all settled. Physics researcher is not present. There's Maniacal, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this guy in. He's the 10% research boost. And we're going to assign a leader here, and it's going to be this guy. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that didn't break their orders, and it looks like it didn't. Perfect. It's exactly what we want. Despite our decision not to lend our support behind the founding of some sort of supranational galactic institution, several other empires have banded together to create just such a thing. In their historic joint announcement, they declared the creation of the galactic community to the galaxy. This organization is to serve as a forum where important matters that affect the galaxy as a whole can be discussed. As we refuse to take part in the creation of this galactic community, the Democratic Association of the Majority of the Pictlings is not yet considered a member. Those arrogant fools. We're never going to be a member. We are xenophobic. After all, look how dusty this galaxy is. Just all needs to be washed away. That's what we are, by the way. We're space janitors. It's great. We're trying to convert every world to an ocean world. Like every world in the galaxy to an ocean world, just to clean up all the dust. It's a very dusty galaxy. We're not fans.
We grow ever stronger.
And if we were fans, we'd be upset, because the fans just blow the dust around. Like, who wants that? That's just the worst. That is literally the worst. So we're finishing up our survey up over here. There's a volatile moat here. That's fantastic. And we're going to build our starbase as soon as that is fully surveyed. We've analyzed some debris. Cool. Almost done with this survey. There we go. And our construction ship is here and constructing. So that is our border up this way. Fantastic. Gas extraction wells have finished up. We could grab destroyers, we could grab starholds, or we could grab alloy megaforges. I honestly feel like alloys aren't a big problem right now. And what do we have for volatile moats? I mean, we have one here. Oh, look at this. They're trying to build here, but we beat them. We win. You lose. Where did their construction ship just go? It just teleported. You see that? It was coming in and then it just disappeared. Did they disband it? I am confused. Okay. I feel like we don't really need alloys right now. Afterburners might actually be better for us at this exact moment. Yeah, we're going to want alloy megaforges later, for sure. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think it's super important at this exact moment. After we're done up here, actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to cancel that. Bits and pieces of metal are strewn across SL9728's surface, encircling what looks like the hulk of a ship. The wreckage appears deserted, but energy readings remain. We'll go ahead and research that one. So we'll let this finish up. I didn't actually want to queue this up just yet. And we're going to build our mining stations, and then we're going to build our research stations on the way. We're going to hold off on these for the moment, and then go to Tianavek. That'll be fine.
Flotsam salvaged.
Excellent. We got our second salvage. And this science ship at this point is going to come over here. And we're going to run these anomalies. The ones over this way. That ought to keep it busy for a little while. Perfect.
Technology secured.
There's field modulation. Excellent. And we are going to go, I think, for capacity subsidies and energy grid would be good economically right now. We'll go for that for the moment. We can always pivot later, and that will be fine. The wreckage on the asteroid SL9728 is the remains of a vessel belonging to a now stranded scientist, Darmug, identifying herself as belonging to the hitherto unknown Yulkanin species. From amidst the wreckage, she somehow managed to contact Kilitart, the science officer stationed aboard the damp overlord of the Abyss, and is requesting to be rescued. She explains that her collision was due to malfunctioning navigational sensors and that she's been unable to leave the asteroid for several years. She claims her scientific knowledge to be without equal and that she would be a valuable asset. She points to her survival as proof of that. No. We are xenophobic. Get out of here. We leave her to her fate. She is the wrong species, it seems. Very sad for her. We feel for her, but there's nothing we can do. Our hands are tied. We're selling off a few more consumer goods and a little bit of food here in order to work on getting this desert world terraformed over into an ocean world. And we are going to become very powerful very quickly, but we're kind of playing the long game here. It's going to take us quite a bit of time to get that powerful. Actually, why don't you come over here and survey first, and then come down this way. Like that. The Buvandin Independent League, huh? Democratic Crusaders. Sure. What could possibly go wrong with that? I'm sure they'll be fine gentlemen. We're going to build a new Salden, and that will be finishing up shortly. And as you can see, we're just starting to fill in some of our tendril appendages here. The Guardians of Zanam and the Alien Menace up here, as well as the Enigmatic Energy, they're going to take time for us to be able to do something about. So that will definitely take a while before we're ready to do that.
A system
Our
has been
terraformings
charted.
are going well, though, and that is fantastic. So we see a dark matter in this system. That's not bad.
We grow ever stronger.
Not bad at all. I do want to head back and grab these. We don't know necessarily that we are having any sort of competition for these. And we'll have a science chip letting us know. So we may want to go back over this way. We can always abort that and come over here as quickly as possible. It's a possibility. The Damp Knight's Beacon crew is excited to report an unanticipated find on the surface of Hiamet B2A. Not only are the plentiful sand dunes on the planet composed of rare metal granulate, the sand itself is almost entirely composed of countless broken nanites. Again, that's 3 nanite things that we found. Yikes. These microscopic machines are millions of years old, their structure degraded far beyond any chance for reactivation. While we cannot determine a source of origin for these nanomachines, the society that created them must have been highly technologically advanced. Science Officer Damp Knight's Beacon postulates... Wait, that's his name? Damp Knight's Beacon? I feel like that's the ship's name. Postulates that the nanites may have been used to terraform the surface Hiamet B2A millions of years ago. That is indeed disconcerting, but that gives us an Elgate insight. Cool. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to go ahead and get all of this done and push our way down this direction just to see if there's anything down here that we need to race. You can leave your offerings, rather. You don't have to see your offerings. They can be invisible offerings, for the record. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time. Invisible offerings, the best kind.